Okay, hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm doing my July reading wrap up, which has not very many books. I didn't read as much books this month. I've been reading more webtoons. I've been busy. I have 4 books that I've picked up and then put down to DNF. So it hasn't been that great of a reading month, but I feel things picking up now. I'm going to start off by telling you what I'm currently reading, because I feel pretty great about that. I'm currently reading The Dead of Time, which is a fan fiction. This is one of 4 volumes. They're all, except for the first one, really thick. And it's all the same book, so it apparently has more words than the Bible, so it's pretty impressive. And I'm really enjoying that. I'm also currently reading Vampires Never Get Old. This is the short story collection I have recently picked up, and I'm zooming through it. I've read 6 out of 11, so I'm over halfway through, and I'm really enjoying that. And then I'm also reading Emma right now. I've been reading Emma for a month and a half now, so that's not as exciting, but it is something I'm currently reading. I haven't read any manga this month, so usually I have these videos that explain how I go through things, so I'll explain now that I've done that all out order. I'm going to go through all the books that I read, and then I'm going to do the short story collection that I finished, and then the books that I DNF'd, and then usually I end with the books that I'm going to read, but there's a good spot for it at the beginning, so I'm not doing that today. So yeah, let's get started. So the first book I finished this month was A Lady's Guide to Fortune Hunting. It was okay. It was neither here nor there. Yeah, that's all I really had to say about it. The romance was cute enough. Like, it was just okay. I wouldn't recommend it. It's not a bad read. It's just nothing that great. Like, it was meh. And then I read Song of Six Realms, and if I remember correctly, the ending was off. Like, there was so much going. I was like very meandering throughout it, and then so much happened at the end, and it wasn't that great. And I really liked just going through life with her, but I think the ending could use some work. Also, the action in that is zoned out on. I have a really hard time reading action. I don't know why, but I don't. It's not fun for me to read. And this book wasn't one that made it fun for me to read, so. And it mostly wasn't having action, just that end. And yeah. Then I read Five Broken Blades, which I enjoyed a lot. One of the romances, I think, was pushed too hard. It went too fast. I think because the author wanted there to be certain stakes at the end of the book. They went from, hitting each other, and then she stopped hitting him for a minute, and then they got together. And she cared so much about him, and I think that's too much. I wish the author spread it out throughout the other books. I think the other romances were paced well, not that one, and that was really frustrating. I think the writing was just it's not some great writing, and I think it was trying a little too hard to be. And I don't think it was trying too hard. I think it didn't try. I think that's more of the problem. It didn't really, you could tell that the author's still learning how to do their craft. But it's a good book. It was fun. I really liked Arya, if I'm remembering her correctly. She's fun. She's sweet. And there's the twist at the end of the book. I didn't really think about that, but it's kind of obvious when you're thinking about it, looking back. I just don't pick up on things, and I'm ooh. So yeah. but it's a good book. I enjoyed it. I don't know that I'd be recommending it that much. Then I read Small Miracles, and that is a really cute book. It is by Olivia Atwater, who is one of my favorite authors. I want to say this is one of my favorite books by her. I really like how she explores fairies, and most of her books are about fairies right now, so that is a big reason why I'm drawn to her. And so this is just something a little different than what I normally read, and I would say it's a good book. I really liked the messaging in it. Oh, I should explain what happens in it. I haven't been explaining things. But Small Miracles is about this fallen angel, and it's the angel of, well, I don't remember what they call it, but basically, like, guilty pleasures. Like, nothing that's really too bad, and, like, the point system's, like, maybe a point, but it's just doing things that give you small reliefs, small enjoyments, but in, like, the sinful way. And it's about her, the angel's cisgender, because angels are, I don't know, you read the book, but it's about the angel trying to get this lady to sin, who is super, like, not sinning, and then they just save the world with small things. And it's really sweet. I love the message. The book was okay. Then I read Powerless. I'm gonna assume you know what that is about. I enjoyed it a lot, actually. I was scared to read it because a lot of the YouTubers I watched, they just were like, it's not that great. And apparently I'm not as refined as them, but I loved it. I had such a fun time. And I read it because my friend Sammy told me it was really good, and I was like, Sammy really likes it, I should read it. Like, the premise sounds really interesting to me. It was really cool, and, like, I wasn't expecting people to actually die, and they did, which is fun. And I really like the concept, and I'm excited to read Reckless. I'm waiting for it on hold on Libby right now, so hopefully I can read it soon. And then that's all the books that I started and finished this month, which is so little. I'm very frustrated at myself. I was supposed to get to 100 books this month, and I didn't, and it's really disappointing. And it is a lot of books, but like a couple months ago I read like 20, so I'm just a little disappointed. I did finally finish A Catalog for the End of Humanity by Tim Higginson. This is the short story collection I've been reading over the past couple months, and if you don't know, I read a lot of shorts. I like reading short stories because I like to write them, and it's important to read them so you can know kind of what about your craft. So I make sure to read them, and then I usually have one, and then I'll read like 2 or 3 in between every couple books, like when I'm having like a lull between books. So I had a big lull at the end of this month, and I was just like, I need to finish this. I also really want to make sure that when Fairies Never Lies comes out, I can like start that really soon, because I really want to read it. So I was like, I need to finish this, and I did. I'm gonna put a review up for this sometime this month, so keep an eye out for that. But I enjoyed it. I really liked the poem. I think it might be 1,000 Kinds of Silence. I'm not gonna look at it right now, but stay tuned for the video. I'll give you my reviews. I write down my reviews as I go, so it's really fun, and I really like how full it is. That's so exciting. Like, I write it out them, and sometimes they don't end up very full, and then it doesn't look as cool, but it looks really cool when it does. And I do have the table of contents. It's really fun. If you read short stories, I would recommend doing that. But yeah. Okay, now the books I DNF'd. The first one I DNF'd is The Wisteria Society of Lady Scoundrels, and I thought this was going to be like a Regency romance kind of thing, and it's more fantasy focused than I was expecting, and I didn't really want that, or the kind of plot that is going, so I just put it down. And then I picked up A Crane Among Wolves, and I still really want to read it. I just picked it up on a day where I was busy. I was hanging out with family, and it just, I read the first few pages and then I put it down because I just wasn't in headspace for it, but I still really want to read it, and then I returned it and then put it back on hold at the library. And then not too long ago I picked up How to Become a Dark Lord and Die Trying, and it's just more raunchy than I want to read, and I feel, I don't know, I just don't really want to read raunchy stuff, especially like so much of the book, like so much of it was sexualized. It's like every page there's something, and I don't want that in my books, and I don't feel like it's necessary. So even though I was really interested in the premise, I love a good isekai. And so, and like the premise is really interesting, and if it wasn't raunchy, I'd blast through it, but I don't want that in my books. And then finally is A Curse So Dark and Lonely. I own the book. I got this far. And it's the Beauty and the Beast retelling, and her trappedness bothers me a little bit. Also, I really like the gray dude. But I think I will pick it back up eventually, but I just don't vibe with what's going on, so it's hard to read it because I feel like she's so trapped in a way that really bothers me, and it's like she can't even escape even if she wants to, and like there's so much pressure on them to fall in love, like. And we get POVs of both characters, so it's not like a love triangle would be helpful. I like Gray better than the other guy. I really like him. He can be my husband. Not really, but I like him best out of all the characters. So yeah, that's that. That's all the books I read. And so yeah, now I'm going to talk about videos that I'm putting up. I don't have any reading vlogs for you. I was going to do a Jane Austen vlog, and then I haven't read Emma very much more, and then none of the other vlogs were interesting. I should be putting up a vlog for the trip to Washington that I did. That's not going to be book related at all, but I do want to put it up just so I have. This month is actually my birthday, so I put together a bunch of tags and stuff. I'm turning 18, so on August 4th, I'm going to do a birthday book tag. It's for a little bonus video, and then 1 week I'll do a 18 books that I think about all the time, and then another time I will do 18 books I really want to read, and those will be kind of my birthday videos. But yeah, and then I should also be posting a review for a catalog of The End of Humanity. I do that for all the short story I did for the last short story collection I read, and I'm going to do it for all the ones going forward, except for maybe Hannah Lee Kidder's, unless she puts out a new one. I reread those pretty regularly. They're so short, you can knock them out in an hour. But yeah, so subscribe so you can see those videos, and thank you for all these authors for writing these books. Thank you to the library for lending me most of these. Thank you to my friend Jen for recommending some of these books, and thank you to my friend Sammy for recommending others of these books, and thank you to you for watching this, and I hope to see you in a future video. Bye.